everyone, you're welcome to my channel. It's a girl Olaoluwa and I am the Midnight Content Creator. I would like to share with us how that my life has been a testament of God's goodness, and I know that this is definitely going to bless you, so stay tuned. Dating back to 2007, I remember I suffered a Thyroglossal Cyst, which happened to be a lump in the front part of the neck that is filled up with fluid. Back then I remembered I had malaria at the time, and which was a bit chronic, so I was just managing to go to school, come back and all of that. Then all of a sudden I realized that I could not eat, I could not drink water, I could not even swallow my saliva. So yes, that was how it started for me. I remember I came home in pains from school, telling my parents that I'm not feeling too well because I don't know what is stuck in my throat. Nothing was even stuck in my throat. I was just having pains swallowing my saliva at the time. Medications were being administered to me, which I was taking, but then it was actually all to no avail, because I remember at the time days turned to weeks, weeks turned to months, and before you knew it, I started having growth in my neck. Now it was believed that it was boil, but then I felt like, why would boil of all places in the body come to the neck to now come and start feeling funky, so the lump started becoming bigger and bigger until we were told to just leave it, that it was still going to burst and all. But then I remembered this took about 2 years before it could actually burst. Yes, so an opening came eventually in 2009, and everybody was very, very happy, especially myself, because it was more like saying that I was going to break free from shame and everything, not knowing that that was even the beginning of the real pain that was to come. It was assumed that the whole process was going to take a short time for it to heal. So I got admission into a boarding school at the time, thinking it wasn't going to be a problem. But then it became a problem at the end of the day, because I remember I was always going in and out of the hospital. I was always, if there is breeze or if the weather is to the extreme, I get to have to catch a cold, or I get to faint. Or I remember whenever I'm eating, there's this slimy substance that come out of my neck. So it was just a lot for me to handle. At the time I also had this handkerchief that I wrap around my neck so that nobody's going to see, because anybody that sees it, they will definitely have something to say. So I kind of lived that life for about 3 years. For 3 years I was stigmatized. For 3 years I was existing like I wasn't existing. For 3 years, now that I'm trying to talk about it, it's kind of getting me emotional, but at the same time I pray that God will just continue to help me through this as I'm filming it. For 3 years I couldn't have friends, I couldn't have the normal gist with a company of more than 2. Now when we are more than 2, I'm out of the place, because I didn't want anybody to have to have something to say about me, so I would just leave. For 3 years I couldn't enjoy normal weather. I couldn't enjoy AC. I didn't know what all of those things felt like, because if there is too much breeze, I tend to pass out, or I find myself falling sick, and before you know it, I'm being rushed either to the hospital or to the sick bay. I remember there was a time they had to call my mom to even come pick me up, because the health challenges were not just helping me. It wasn't helping me psychologically, it wasn't helping me mentally, it wasn't helping me academically either. So I had to be going in and out of the hospital for those 3 years. But one thing I remembered was the fact that I missed everything. All I was seeing was the day everything will come to an end. That was one thing I was constantly saying. I was always saying that one of these days I will live a free life, one of these days I will be okay, one of these days I will come to health. That was what God was actually putting in my mind. It was making me understand that this was a phase that I needed to go through. So by all means, it was just something I needed to understand for myself. I remember there were days when I could just be reading the scripture, because my Bible was even my best friend, because there was nobody I could talk to. So the scripture had a lot of things in it that helped me to go through the process at the time. I'm in August 2012. I remember I had this dream where I was being operated on by one man, and in that dream I saw that there were people around him that was bowing to him before they gave him the tools that he was going to use to operate on me. And in the dream I remember the first thing I did was to place my hand on my neck, and in the dream I saw that there was a plaster on it and all of that. Then I came back to reality crying, I was crying in reality by the time I woke up. In fact, it was my mom that woke me up. I was like, what's going on? And then I told her my dream. Immediately I started to fast, because we've been looking for this ENT specialist, but all to no avail. There was no connection. We couldn't like get enough connection to like, you know, meet with the specialist. So I remember immediately after I did the fasting, a family friend of ours just called and was like, oh, what's up with Ola's health and all. And then my mom just, you know, told her how important it is that we get this neck operated upon. And she connected us to an ENT specialist, and that was it for me. I did the surgery in September 2012, and since then it's been from glory to glory, from honor to honor, and from grace to grace. I mean, it's been 11 years and I am still standing. I am still very much okay, and I have not had that much of bad health anymore. I just want to thank God, and I just want to say this to speak to anyone that may be going through trying situation or trying times. I mean, you'll be hearing a lot from me this season, so I would like you to actually stay tuned, and I know that it's definitely going to bless you. There are a lot of things that God has done for me, and trust me, I think it's high time, you know, I talk to you about it. I don't know what you're going through. I don't know what situation you find yourself. It took me 5 years to go through an open shameful situation, and I came out of it, and I'm still standing strong after 11 years. So trust me, your case is not the first thing, that will be the last. So I just want to use this opportunity to say once again that thank you so much for staying tuned to this channel till this point. Kindly give this video a very big thumbs up at the end, and you can also click the subscribe button at the end of the video. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. See you next time. Bye bye.